Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to the second ever Vodcast, where only one of your two hosts are fully clothed. That's right, it's me, Flymyty, and Farij.
Yeah. Clothes are lame.
They are for losers indeed. Alright, so, how's it going?
This is second try. Also Andy's AIDS. Soon, the third try.
This is just the intro song for the first one. I'm gonna dubstep this. No. Anyways, we did not get
You're too fucking lazy.
Shut up. We did not get any. Well, actually, no. Our email account did get email. What was the email from?
Oh. I didn't have it open, man.
This is your one responsibility.
Alright, well, you stole them.
Look, what is that? A rainbow? Is it a double?
It's a double rainbow. Okay, here is what it says. It's fuck your Gmail. You're always feeding until I click on you and I'm recording. But anyway, obtain accredited and employer verifiable university degrees without study. BA, MI, MBA, PhD. Receive your degree in 2 weeks. So you know what that means, YouTube? One of you fuckers gave the email out.
Because spammers don't find that. Alright, so this week's intro topic is going to be, it was provided kindly by somebody who goes to my channel a lot, named Ivorama.
That's me.
You've seen him in 2 co-op Let's Plays with me so far, so he was kind enough to provide a...
Alright, fine, I admit it. It's British me.
You doing a British accent?
Yeah. Claiming to be a whole other person so your channel will get more views.
Not only that, but you just got married, huh?
You know, I don't know much about this guy, so I'll just stop pretending now.
Alright. The topic he suggested this week was pretty good. The multitude of MMOs coming out soon, and how long we believe they're going to last. This
All
is
of
covering...
them, 30 minutes.
This is coming from things like The Elder Scrolls Online, PlanetSide 2. We've got...
PlanetSide 2 is going to last the longest.
Secret Worlds, I think, is the new one that's coming out soon. Also, Terra Online just came out recently. Wow, what else is there?
So if PlanetSide 2 lasts the longest, everyone who watches this video owes me $1. And if it doesn't last the longest, I will sing you all a song. So either way, you lose.
Well, hopefully it'll last at least as long as PlanetSide 1.
A decade? It sounds good to me.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. Alright, to be quite honest, I don't see The Elder Scrolls Online dying too quickly, but I don't see it performing as to what I would hope.
It's not going to have the same level of popularity
as
Skyrim. People might play it, but they're not going to stick around.
Yeah, I don't see it, especially if it's a subscription-based model. I don't really see them staying for very long. But the one thing I do see happening is it staying around for a while. Because, I don't know, I mean, the Elder Scrolls series, it's got a pretty strong following. I think a lot of people will go and play it just to check it out. Especially
well, I'm going to, if it's...
Especially
if it's free to play.
Yeah, exactly. If it's free to play, even if I hear horrible reviews about it, I'm gonna go check it out. Because, well, I don't really listen to reviews, except for Yahtzee.
Because, you know... well, hell, Yahtzee doesn't even like some of the games that we love. So...
all Yahtzee does is point out flaws, which, I mean, is a good thing for a reviewer to do, but, like...
Yeah.
Most reviewers are all like, oh, this game's a 7 out of 10.
Well, he points out flaws unless he can't find any, then he regards that game as the best thing in the world, and will constantly bring it up.
Alright, so yeah.
I like how we're talking like we know him. You know, just...
Well, I think after you've watched enough of somebody doing things, like...
I wonder...
know at least the persona they, put on display.
I wonder after playing video games and then reviewing video games, if at the end of the day he just wants to be done with them.
I imagine so. There have been times when I'm Let's Playing where I really don't even want to be playing video games at the moment, but I haven't put anything out in a long time, so I'm like, I've got to do it.
It's got to be done.
It's got to do it.
You should have a new video every day.
That'd be annoying, but I could do it.
So everyone who wants that, just tell them down in the comments.
I could do that for about 2 months, and then I'd be out of videos. Well, out of the videos I currently have on my hard drive.
So yeah, this is how hard he works for you. He records like 2 months in advance, and then just stops because he knows he won't have to do anything. Because he's a lazy bastard.
So, the multitude of MMOs. I don't really think anything's going to be able to hold up in the subscription-based market.
This video was recorded 6 months ago.
I hate you so much. I don't think anything's going to be able to compete with WoW in the subscription-based market. The only thing that really does
especially
is
with Pandaria
EVE.
now.
The only thing that really does is EVE Online, and I don't even really consider that competing with WoW, simply because there are people who put the Plex, which is how you get what the monthly subscription is called for those of you who don't know in EVE, it's called Plex. They put it in the game market, and other people buy it using in-game money, and there are people who buy that, but that's essentially buying in-game money. But, or at least if I understand it right, I'm not a big EVE player, but that's essentially how I understand how it's done. And that
And
I
the
don't
strippers come out.
naturally.
Space strippers, man.
Yeah, I was about to
Space
say
game has them.
space strippers. They have extra breasts.
Mass Effect has them.
They don't have extra breasts in Mass Effect. Everything's very humanoid, as if
Yeah, well,
it's like
you know,
space. It's like Space Strippers Light or something. Like they
there
don't
was a
really want to freak us
conversation
out.
going on in that one bar in Mass Effect First, where everyone was talking about how each race thought the Asari looked most like them. So maybe if Krogan females had like 7 nipples, they'd think they had 7 nipples. I don't know.
That's some serious mind fuckery.
No one cares, and I know this, but I just felt compelled to share.
Another fun fact that nobody knows and nobody cares: Krogans have 4 testicles. That's in your head now, if you're watching this. So,
Yeah, from knowing you for years, I know how to block these things out before they get in there.
it's just like I can tell by that tone of voice. Something's incoming that I don't want to know. We need to get back onto this intro topic. Secret Worlds, how long do you think it's going to last?
10 months.
I don't even give it that long. I think it's going to last like a year.
You're an idiot. You are a fucking idiot.
Sarcasm at its best. Well, about a year is what I'm giving it, honestly. I see PlanetSide 2 lasting
Something Caboose would say.
lasting for about 10 years or so. It's going to last a while. Why is... Do not disturb. There we go.
God damn these people.
People who think I want to talk to them. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, who do they think they are?
I don't know how well Terra Online's doing. That's a game that just recently came out. I do know Star Wars: The Old Republic is considering going to free-to-play market. I don't know so much that it's dying fast I don't know that it would dying as quick
became dead fast.
I don't know that it would be dying as quickly as it is if it had like more end-game content at the beginning, to put it simply, because there's nothing
actually
out
making it have some challenge to get to it.
Well, I don't know. I can't speak to that. I know a lot of people, myself included, who wanted the Old Republic simply because of the fact that the stories were supposed to be extremely good. It was supposed to be like 5 or 6 BioWare games in one. And I was
honestly,
just like,
if I was into a game for its story, I could YouTube it.
Yes, and you could look up lovely people who do Let's Plays.
Yes.
But
of which one of us is that person?
Well, you help sometimes.
I don't help. I'm a detriment, if anything.
A complete and utter distraction? Yeah.
So what's the central topic again? Do you have AIDS?
But yeah, that's
Think a
the
year,
biggest
shorter
thing.
than 10 months?
That's the biggest
Don't
thing
like
I've
being
heard.
interrupted?
You had something to say?
You muted me, didn't you?
That would be excellent, but no, I can only mute myself in Skype, because whoever the genius was that developed the software was like, obviously you don't want to ever shut the people up in your call for a second.
Your skulls. They actually had that button. I remember.
Yeah, they
and
did.
Then it was gone.
Yeah, they removed it because reasons. But enough about this. We're really just having no luck with this topic at all. We keep getting distracted, so let's just move on to
Ivor's topic. He's not around to yell at us if we go off.
let's move on to news. The first thing
I'm going first.
Okay, go on.
Recently in the news, I learned that the .com search warrants were ruled invalid. Now, for any of you who are saying, what the fuck is this? I don't care. That's important because .com is the guy who had Mega Upload, and Mega Upload was taken off the internet, and it was all seized and all that shit. So, we might get Mega Upload back. Everyone, hurrah!
I highly doubt that.
Hey, if you're a guy who can make $175 million since 2005 by copywriting and distributing music, movies, and other copyrighted content without authorization, you can do whatever you want.
He copyrighted the music and movies, did he? He didn't copy it, but copyrighted it. He made it his.
He copied them. He copied the copyrighted content.
Yeah.
Lots of C words here. It's okay to be confused.
I can think of a C word that describes you.
I can think of two that describe you. Well, actually, I can think of a whole nother one, Mr. Cat Horikins.
Never mind.
You don't remember that, do you?
No, I thought that was another friends of ours name.
Nope, it's because you stole the cat mount from Jesse.
Oh, right, yeah.
Who is Jinxie McButtfucker. He has the best name of anyone.
I love the ability to rename people in Skype. It is the greatest thing in the world.
It really is the best.
Because all of a sudden on your screen you just get Jinxie McButtfucker is calling.
But anyway, I'm going to say why real quick. The warrants did not adequately describe the offenses to which they were related. Meaning, the search warrants they used to get in his house to seize all his shiznit, they weren't real. They were all, like, fake and shit. Not, like, false, but not really describing what he did wrong. They had no reason to go in there. It was against all human rights, and I believe this passionately. I want Mega Upload back.
So now that Brian's done broing all over your insides,
No homo.
All the homo.
All the homo.
I'll have to link that now, just so everybody can understand the reference.
Brains. I mean penis.
Okay, stop. I'm not linking everything. I should just link the internet. No. Link Google.
What's the IP address for that?
So, the thing that really got me about this article that you sent to me when you were talking about giving like this for the news and everything was the big title for it was search warrants used.
That's the only thing I sent.
Search warrants used when 70 police raided the New Zealand mansion of the suspected kingpin of internet copyright theft ring where illegal a court has ruled. I'm sorry, he's a kingpin? And then it's got this picture of this guy just sitting there like, what's up?
He's just like chilling. So, yeah, I'm in a courtroom. What are you doing today?
This does not look like somebody who's a kingpin.
Dude, you're gonna get assassinated now.
Probably.
I love you, Mr. Kim.com. I will give you much love for all your money. Or even just some of it.
Okay, so that's that topic. He's out, and he's on bail, and he's probably going to be arrested again or extradited to America. Who knows? He's in New Zealand.
He's in New Zealand.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah, maybe. All right. The next topic. Breathing is now obsolete, apparently.
Yeah, so all of you people who are like, breathing is such a drag.
You can stop breathing for about half an hour.
I guess swimmers.
I don't know. The way that they're describing this, you have to be hooked up to either you have to use a syringe or an IV, so they could have like an oxygen pack strapped to their chest.
Can't be any bigger than like, I don't know, the actual oxygen tanks.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think that like professional swimmers like shave all of their body hair and everything just to get that little.
They're willing to do a lot.
Yeah, so I mean that little extra drag off that, they probably wouldn't use it. But it might be useful for recreational.
Those are people who are doing it for speed.
Yeah, might be useful for recreational divers or something. You don't even need words and stuff. You don't even need a gas mask or a tank now. You could just strap on an IV.
You just not need to breathe. Supposedly you can get over the habit.
Yeah.
You don't need to breathe, so you don't notice your lungs are full of water. All of a sudden it wears off and you just die.
Well, according to the article on here, it's on The Escapist, you can be kept alive with 15 minutes without breathing. No, wait. Yeah.
Yeah, and they said as you move up closer to half an hour, it becomes too many of the mechanism little things in your blood that do this. Because there's too many of them to the number of blood cells that is just it's not sustainable. It will eventually kill you. You can't not breathe for the rest of your life.
I'm just imagining, like, just blood just disintegrating inside your body and just dying. Like, you're on the street with, like, tapped into some oxygen, all of a sudden run up to a cop freaking out, like, my blood's disintegrating. Cop arrests you, he's obviously high.
You start bleeding, the blood before it hits the ground is gone.
That would be freaky as hell.
Cool. If I could do that, I'd do it. I'd probably die, because I just do it over and over.
Oh, speaking of, like, going up to police and, like, just freaking out on drugs and everything, you know, I'll be sure to link.
Are we segueing?
Yeah, we're segueing to something that I didn't have actually written down in the news, but I just thought.
Oh, something I won't be able to be prepared for, you asshole.
I'm sorry, I just learned about it myself. Apparently, you know the Miami guy who was, like, eating the other dude's face, like, who was supposedly high on bath salts?
Bath salts?
Yeah. Fun fact, they found out that there was no drugs, in fact, in his system. And that it was only trace...
He just wanted to eat someone's face.
There was only trace amounts of marijuana. So that says to me, zombie.
Yeah, potheads don't really go after faces for snackage.
I've been around a lot of people smoking pot before. Never once have I feared for my face. My Funyuns. Cheetos, yeah. My face, no.
So, how are you? Are those Funyuns? Those are mine now, bitch.
Alright, next, this one I actually did link you to, so you'll be perfectly prepared. CCP, the developers of EVE, are talking about how Dust 514, the free-to-play PS3 shooter that's coming to the PS3.
Wow. How did I not already know that?
I don't know. You're kind of stupid. I think
that's why our friendship works.
One of us is always stupid.
I have the higher ego because I'm better at everything. You bring me down.
That works, sure. So apparently it's coming out, I think it's in 2013 or 2012. Sorry for not having my facts exact on that, but apparently
I'm definitely better at Halo 2 sniping.
Apparently it's going to interact with EVE Online, essentially through, like,
the internet.
It's going to interact with EVE Online through exchanging minerals and stuff like that, stuff on the planet. And apparently you have to control both this air above the planet, and then the Dust 514 people who are playing have to control the planet to have essentially what amounts to space elevators on the ground, like orbital elevators, and then a space station up above that and you have to control the space station in order to transfer things back and forth. The article.
So it's hard.
Yeah, essentially it's going to require a lot of teamwork and stuff like that, and it's going to be nice, but, well, I don't have a PS3 and I don't have a subscription to EVE. I just thought it was interesting because nobody else has ever done this before.
Are you sure it's never been done before?
100% sure, I can guarantee it. Another quick fact, Modern Warfare 2 gets free game mode and new map collection. Now, the only reason I had this put in the news was because I read the title of that, and my mind immediately jumped to free game mode means there's going to be a free-to-play game mode in a AAA title. No. If you already own Modern Warfare 3, you're getting a new free game mode. And I think it's like a few maps or something that are going to be free from the new map collection. So happy birthday on that. I don't care. I don't have more Modern Warfare 3. I almost said Morrowind 3.
That I would be so happy.
I'd be annoyed. I missed Morrowind 2.
Yeah, but that means it would be like cheap by now.
Touché. All right, and
so you know something I saw. I'm interrupting you because my news is more important.
All right.
Apparently, Farmville 2 is being created.
Woo!
Woo! And Zynga, the people who own it,
yeah,
they're making their own social networking site.
That's gonna die like fucking instantly.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna collapse
I just wanted to report this because I want to see the rise and fall. I'm gonna graph it and shit.
The only way I can see this working at all is if they somehow get the entirety of the Farmville community, and the only way I can see them doing that is if they
remove it from Facebook.
Yeah, if they take off Facebook, but I don't think they can do that, can they? Because Facebook has partial ownership, doesn't it?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that they can, and worry about the legality later.
No, well, I mean, it's not like we have any fucking say in it, so I don't imagine. All of a sudden, Zynga brings a lawsuit against us. Yeah, go ahead for the 50 cents I currently have. Woo!
Yeah, see, at this point, if I lose what little bit of money I have, I'm just gonna change my name and start living as a hobo and a secret assassin.
Right.
And it will be super fun.
Okay. So apparently this guy, Ute Saito, on his Twitter, posted a cryptic tweet that in addressing that translates to "It's time to start thinking about the end of the year," which a lot of people are thinking is going to be related to his game Seaman, which they're thinking there's going to be a port of it to the 3DS. Seaman, of course, eventually was the bizarre virtual pet game in which you're tasked with taking care of a human-faced talking fish as it goes through the various stages of life. Included in this bundle was a microphone that allowed the player to talk to the character, which often responded with related trivia or insults. By 2004.
If I had a pet fish that could insult me, he would meet the toilet really fast.
So essentially, the reason.
I'm just saying.
Imagine.
So you think I'm an asshole, huh? All of your food, it's in this little cup here. You can't have it.
I'm just imagining dumping it in the toilet. What's going on? Flushing it? You son of a bitch. So apparently it was on the Dreamcast, which is interesting. I mean, I never had a Dreamcast, so sad-faced, but...
That's because you're lame.
Words and stuffs and things. So
yeah, I never had one either.
Yeah. All right, next topic is yours, the new internet stuff that's apparently not new, but everybody else thinks it is.
Okay, so... has to do with fiber optics. We have wave bands of light. And what's nifty about that is light comes polarized, meaning it spirals one way, clockwise, or the other way, counterclockwise. You can double the amount of information that you carry by encoding both wavebands of light. Interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really new. Japan did it a while ago.
Well, I didn't really fully read this article, so I'm going to have to trust you. This is a mistake.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that's not going to work out for you.
Damn it.
Hey, and while we're at it, did you know they wrote Gullible on the ceiling?
You know how many people I've tricked with that, and it just makes me sad every single time.
Yeah.
I just look at that person, and I want to make fun of them, and I eventually do, but immediately
They won't get it.
my first response is just disappointment. Somebody has failed this person in their life if they believed that statement.
Until you actually write gullible on the ceiling.
Even then, I would... Next topic. Sega's closing its offices in France, Germany, Spain, Australia, and Benelux. They are closing these offices, but keeping their headquarters in London for the EU and, Eastern Europe. Yeah, EU. And, they're not, I don't think this is a downsizing. They're just getting different distributors in these areas. The reason I say that I don't think this is really a downsizing is because these are the producers of the Total War series. I don't see them losing very much money anytime soon. Like, a company could pretty much survive off of Total War, to be perfectly honest. And not only do they have Total War, but they've got a bunch of other games on their lineup as well. So...
I wish I had a game in my lineup.
Even one?
If I had even one, I'd be happy. It could be a shitty game, too. I just want a game.
Like...
I could put Farmville in my lineup.
Well, it's not a shitty game. It's just not a game we'd play.
Nope, I'm gonna call it a shitty game.
Alright. This just in. Farmville, a shitty game.
If people want to insult my games, it's fine. You're wrong, but whatever.
Naturally. Alright, so this one is actually looking like it might be a bit of a short one. That is the last of the news topics that I can think of.
So basically, now we're just gonna start insulting you and spoiling games.
So, spoiler for Indiana Jones: The Lost Ark. No. No, actually now, according to my own personal way of going through this podcast, now it's time for media.
Lunch.
Media.
Looking at the time. Lunch.
I suppose if we were on the exact opposite side of the world.
Hey, I don't know what Australian lunch is like, but I want to try it.
Is it fish and chips, which neither has fish nor chips in it?
What's in it, then?
Isn't it like French fries in a sandwich?
Is it at least a fish sandwich?
It may be a fish sandwich. I don't know. But media.
It's not a fish sandwich. I'd be pissed. I heard fish and chips. I'm gonna forgive the chips. Where's my fish?
This week in media, I've personally have been watching a few new shows. Actually, I've been watching Jag, which is a really old show, and the only thing I could find it in is a 4:3 ratio, which looks horrible. Have you ever noticed that the higher up in monitors you go, the worse the quality of older videos look?
Yeah, go get a CRT and try using that to play Skyrim.
Why would I do that?
To bring your point home?
Well, no, that's kind of the opposite end of my point. Like, my current point is I've got a 4:3 ratio show that was, like, in the 90s, and I'm watching it on a full 1080p monitor. And it's just like, look.
What is it now, like 16 by 9?
Yeah, it's 16 by 9. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and every little bit I'm like, look, I can see each and every one of the pixels. Yeah, I've been watching Jag, but I've only watched like the first 3 episodes of it. It's a show that I used to watch with my dad when I was younger, so it's kind of.
To be fair, that show was made to be. It was made to transmit along like coax cable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not exactly fair to it.
I wasn't saying it was bad. It is kind of weird though, because there's this one redhead chick that's always in the later seasons of the show, I guess. But I'm on the first season, and there's this blonde chick that
spoilers. Now we know there's a redhead chick
that I've never seen before, and I'm like, who the hell is this? I know who Harm is, but who the fuck is this chick? And where does she get off being in my series? But I've been watching that.
She doesn't even know you exist. and the thought of you definitely isn't going to get her off.
I would certainly hope not, because if the thought of me when she was making that show got her off, I was about 13, not even 13, I was born in 91, the show was filmed in 99. If that got her off, pedophilia.
You'd still be into it, and you know it.
Anyways, also besides that, I've watched the first 2 seasons of Breaking Bad, which is pretty awesome, especially if you're into chemistry, which makes me sad that Brian's not watching it.
You know, I'm just scared that I'm going to watch it, and it's not going to be real chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's plenty of exciting, real chemistry. We got 2 new elements in, I don't want to say the recent amount of time because I'm not sure, but recently. And I'm excited. I like chemistry. Chemistry is something I enjoy. If they fuck up chemistry, I'm going to hate the show, even if everything else is great.
Well, I'm not very much into chemistry. I am very much a generalist. I know about a lot, but from what little bit I do know about chemistry, it seems accurate.
Meaning he's terrible at everything.
No, pretty good at a lot of stuff. Anyways.
No.
What else? I've been listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast from the very beginning. That is media.
I listened to it faster than you.
You did indeed. And games.
Well, I would talk about all the games that I play, but my TV broke.
And what's even worse is I've got 2 working TVs sitting in here, and I'm using one of them, and the other one's not even plugged in.
I hate you more than anyone in the planet. I would rather high-five Hitler than look you in the eye right now. I hate you. Give me a TV.
Oh my god, that is the best. What is that, an analogy? Comparison.
Well, let's see. Is it a simile?
Maybe. It's a comparison without using...
Let's say it's a hyperbole.
Yeah, it is definitely a hyperbole. I don't think he'd actually high-five Hitler.
Well...
He had syphilis, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't want to touch him.
Yeah. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, and I've been playing on my PC. I've been playing mostly Mount & Blade Warband and Half-Life 2 and X2 The Threat.
Terraria, Gmod, Minecraft.
I've not seen you online at all on Steam this week, actually. We must have been having separate hours.
No, I just really haven't played Gmod a lot this week, because what will happen with Gmod is I won't play it for a long time, and then all of a sudden, I'll have an idea that I have to build, and I'll spend 30 hours trying to figure it out, and then I'll build it, and I'll go, oh, that's more boring than I thought, and I'll be done with it for 3 more weeks.
I tried out Gmod, and if I took the time to learn it, I'm sure it would be exactly like Minecraft, only without the difficulty of getting the...
Finding things.
Yeah, finding things. I did play a little bit of Minecraft earlier today on the Dogs server. And all I did was die 3 times and find where I'm going to build my house. I found where I was going to build my house, and then I was asked to go back to the spawn by the admin, and so they could figure out exactly where the spawn was in coordinates, because they wanted to build a road back to that from where they live, so that new people can come in and go to the where the...
How many of them were there?
2 at the moment.
So one couldn't bite the bullet to find out by himself?
I was already there?
No, you don't ask other people for things that you can do on your own. It's like, I
would never ask anybody for almost anything. I can do most things on my own, but usually I'll ask somebody else to do it because they'll get it done quicker.
Okay, yeah, you have a point. I do use other people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like having to admit that I'm wrong, especially when I'm talking to you, because you're just a pompous ass.
Indeed.
I'm better at it.
I would essentially say that my band of the week, Breaking Benjamin. That's what I've been listening to the most when I'm listening to music. Haven't been listening to a lot of music. I've been mostly listening to podcasts. But
I listened to a lot of Breaking Benjamin. When I was playing... Oh, what was that game that we played in space where the one guy figured out that I was from Lansing at the time? And we stared
Star
at him.
Ocean, I think.
Star Ocean, yeah, listen to that when I was playing Star Ocean.
Oh my god, that was so fucking creepy at the time.
That was the creepiest thing. Because we just stared at him like, what are we gonna do about this? How did he figure that out?
For those
it's in
of
my
you,
profile.
yeah, for those of you who don't know, Brian and I go way back when we were in high school and elementary together, and we used to play Xbox Live together.
And we used to pretend that we were Jedis on the bus. I always had a blue lightsaber, so fuck you, I win. I remember that, and you can't take these memories from me.
I don't think my subscribers needed to know that.
I don't think I care what your subscribers want. They're not my subscribers. If I ever have a channel, you're never being on it, because you'll fuck it up.
Oh, no. I almost have 3.
You're right, you'll be in like every video, I'll make you do all the work.
Yeah, you'll be like, hey Andy, how do I do this? Hey Andy, how do I do that? And I'll be like, oh, you.
No, you'll be all like, appear offline.
It never works.
Yeah, I message you anyway.
You bastards always seem to know when I'm online. Like, when I'm asleep, which isn't often enough, but when I'm asleep over on my bed, I'll get like 2 messages like, hey Andy, are you awake? And then the messages will stop. When I'm at my computer and I'm
They
appearing
go
offline,
and go and go.
it's like, Andy, you awake? I know you're awake. Andy, I know you're there. Hey, I need your help. Andy. God damn.
You know what the worst part is? Is when people are talking to each other in a group conversation when you're trying to sleep. But if you leave the conversation so you'll stop getting the beeps, that's when they know you're awake. You're like, God damn it.
Sign out.
Yeah, I just unplug the Ethernet cable or pull out the USB wireless thing and problem solved.
What's our original discussion? Oh yeah, Star Ocean. I love the fact that we can go off on tangents like this. Like, I thought this was going to be a short podcast, but we've solved that issue.
Well, yeah, we're talking about our magical years together.
Let's call them that. So yeah, Star Ocean, we were playing that together, and
that's when I found out Andy was gay.
That is an especially funny question to me. Sorry, I've been asked that more than my fair share, I think. It's like, are you gay? No. Why?
Not really? I'm not feeling particularly gay today. Try again tomorrow. I'll just be over here, away from you.
In the straight area, I suppose. Oh, dude.
Not that there's anything wrong with gay people. My best friend's gay.
My best friend's gay. That's not insulting at all.
We should bring Jesse onto the next podcast. We should see if it's okay that we make fun of him.
You before. You've never been brought up at all.
Never once. I probably shouldn't have used his actual name.
No, that's not his name. It's Bartholomew.
You know, we're never actually going to talk about Star Ocean.
No, I think we should move past it. What is, no, we should tell the story so people will fucking get
Fine, you can tell the story.
Don't
I will try really hard not to change the subject.
Alright. So we were playing Xbox we were playing Star Ocean, which has essentially was one of the first free-to-play games I think I've ever played. At least the bits that it had that were free-to-play. And we were in this, safe zone area, which it was very, much instance areas, where you could group up with friends and go into what essentially amounted to dungeons with just stationary enemies.
Yeah, it was a good game. Major problem? Mages always win. You could be a warrior if you want. Mage is going to double your DPS output and it doesn't matter because you can run away from the enemies.
I remember when we figured that out. Like, we were both like those warrior things.
Yeah, we both played the warrior, and then you switched to mage, and no matter how hard I tried, you always won. It was the most infuriating thing to know that no matter how good each of us are, I can't compare because of class limitations. That pisses me off.
But we were sitting in a safe area, not a dungeon, but in a safe area, like running around. I think we were looking to buy some gear or something. I don't know what we were doing. This guy walks up and he's just like, "So, how's Lancing, Farid?" I think was your character's name.
Yeah.
And we were in Xbox Live. This was before we started using Skype, and we both just got really quiet. It's like,
We turned to look at him like we could threaten him somehow. And he's this big burly character looking dude like your average bully, and we're both these frail little mages looking back at him like, "What did you say?" The situation got more and more ridiculous as we were like trying to shake this guy down, figure out how he knew this information.
Just like, how did you know? Oh, well, it said in your profile.
Instantly, he went from being the world's greatest hacker to some lame guy who looks at people's profiles.
I don't think I ever looked on anybody's profile on Xbox Live unless they sent me a message.
In Halo, I looked at people's profiles so that I could avoid them as a player.
You know, in Halo 3, you are the reason that my account had a 2-star rating for Xbox Live. Because I had a 2-star rating, because people constantly rated me down because of unsportsmanship, because I left games early. You and Jedi were the reason. Because no matter what I was doing, I would drop that game the second one of you two got online. I was just like, "Hey guys, join!" Because Halo 3...
Hey, to be fair, I thumbed you up.
Halo 3 was a social game for me. Except for when I was playing like MLG or whatever, which was pretty often.
At that point, we're holding you back. I'll just admit it. I'm not an MLG person.
Yeah. Playing at 45 with your friend who's at like his highest score is because I was playing his account.
Hey, you only brought me up like 3 levels, dude. Leave me alone.
Dude, you were at like level 20 when I got your account. I brought you up to like 46.
No, you're just lying. I reached the 40s all on my own in Lone Wolves.
I don't think you did.
And I know that we played doubles for a while, and we got pretty high in that.
Yeah, we actually got pretty far in doubles until we started running into people who both people were as good with the sniper as I was.
Yeah,
and then it became an issue.
If it was Halo 2, it would be good. But it wasn't.
So we weren't.
I'm not as good at Halo 3 sniping as well, sniping in any other game.
So, your media this week.
Oh, what, you want me to talk about things?
Yeah, games, music, shows. I know one show you've been watching.
Scrubs.
Yeah, I've watched that show like 3 times, from beginning to end.
Yeah. I'd always seen random episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Andy was like, "Hey, did you know in the first season the janitor's part of JD's imagination?"
Spoiler.
And then it went, it's not a spoiler. Because it's something they completely drop out of the show.
Apparently nobody, like, I don't even really know because it's been a long time since I've watched it. But apparently, yeah, the janitor's just JD's imagination in the first show. Nobody interacts or says anything to the janitor in the first season.
It's pretty crazy.
And you've just finished the first season. You're on season 3 right now, aren't you? So can you testify to that? Like,
oh yeah, it's entirely plausible. There are a few moments where he was there for comic effect, but
like the
I'm not going to rule out the possibility of him being imaginary.
Yeah, there are a few times where I think maybe somebody knows that he's there simply because of like the part where he first sees JD.
People
in the hallway.
walk around him and stuff like that.
Or the bit where JD is talking to Bob, the chief of medicine, and he looks past Bob, and the janitor's standing there with the mop, and he says, "I'm going to kill you." And then he acts it out when JD's like, "What?" I'm, points at himself, going, acts like he's walking to kill you. And
There are a few moments, though, where you can tell they're trying to bring the point home. Like when JD has a song stuck in his head and the janitor's singing it.
Yeah, I thought that was just a weird thing, coinkydink, but that's entirely plausible. Yeah.
But I like the Janitor. He's a pretty cool character.
Yeah, I'm glad he's not in JD's head.
I would have liked it better. It would have been more Inception-esque to me. I'm just looking for that emotional breakdown that completely destroys JD because he finds out the Janitor isn't real. That would be the best episode ever.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, you're so lucky because
He freaks out over stupid shit. That'd be awesome.
You're lucky because you're watching a complete series in order of Scrubs. When I watched Scrubs, I was watching it on Netflix, which you'd assume would be a complete order and chronologically.
There's like season 4 is just missing for some reason.
No. It's chronologically in order all the way up to season 8, where there's 2 episodes switched around. Like, episode 5 is replaced with, like, episode 8, and then when you get to episode 8, there's episode 5, but they're mislabeled. It's just like, what's going on here? Why is Dr. Cox bald, then has hair, then doesn't have hair again? What is going on?
Oh, Dr. Cox.
Best character on TV in a long time.
Today I'm going with Disney princesses. Today I'm going with dogs' names.
And to ease you into the transition, I'm going to call you Lassie, which satisfies the result of, or the qualifiers of both female and a dog's name.
Oh, Dr. Cox. What else have I been doing?
What have you been doing?
Lots of porn.
Are we counting that?
Hey, that's media.
Is it? Is it
Yes.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Any other shows you've been watching? Any YouTube videos? Series?
I was thinking about going to watch... Well, I went and rewatched the Filthy Animals series.
Filthy Animals.
Filthy Animals.
Have to link Cat Ventures.
And I was thinking about watching their DayZ stuff. Then I realized that I don't like watching DayZ stuff where there's more than one person.
Oh? Specifically more than one person DayZ stuff?
Yeah, I like the you're all alone, and if you get killed, you're just fucked. That's the end. Goodbye.
I like very much what they're doing, Rocket's doing with the system of you look at somebody, you get a heartbeat, the faster the heartbeat, the lower their humanity. I really like that because it's going to make it I get the idea that,
It's not about melee weapons.
I don't understand melee weapons. Doesn't make any sense to me. The game was perfectly fine without melee weapons.
I guess they want you to have something you can possibly do when you don't have you're out of bullets. It is a nice excuse to say, hey, we're not spawning you with a gun.
They don't spawn you with a melee weapon either, so it doesn't make any sense.
Don't they? I figured.
No, they spawn you with a water, can of beans, and flashlight.
You know what my perfect zombie game is?
Which I suppose a flashlight could be used as a melee weapon.
I'm thinking that you get one of those long black flashlights that are like steel.
The one police officers have? I've been hit in the head with one of those. Those fucking hurt.
Yeah, those hurt.
Yeah. I don't know that a zombie can feel pain.
You ever dropped one on your foot?
No, I have not.
That fucking hurts.
I mouthed off to a police officer at a psychiatrist's office that was there for my brother, and he looked at me and tapped me on the head with the fucking flashlight, and I was like, Jesus Christ!
Didn't even, try to hurt you, but damn. Those things are just heavy.
He was just like, thunk, and I was like, oh, God, why would you do that? You just cleared my sinuses. Thank you. Oh, God, I'll be over here now.
I'll just go over here in the corner with my new dementia.
Ever since then, I've never liked police officers. Don't know why, though.
Oh, police officers. You just keep doing your duty, and if someone murders me, you damn well better figure out who.
It was me.
If it was him, you beat him in the head with that fucking flashlight until blood sprays out of every orifice he has.
All the orifices?
All of the orifices. In fact, make 2 more. Put them wherever you like.
I'm reminded of that quote from the Helsing abridged.
What is it? I'm gonna shoot a hole in you and then fuck that or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that lovely note.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Mutilation and rape. That's totally laughable.
As long as it's not happening to me.
Or someone who I talk to.
Apparently you're dead, and your corpse was eaten like a chicken. The wonders of Skype calls. This is incredibly unprofessional.
Tasty chicken.
So anything else? Music or what have you?
Oh, there's a band called the XX that I like now.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
And
No, I
I'm
haven't.
gonna have to bring up Clint Mansell, or Mansell. Mansell.
Oh, I'll have to...
He's my favorite one. He makes best music in the world. You know why? Because it fits with my obsession with zombie movies.
There is another band that I don't know that you could call them new, but I've just started listening to them. I know 2 songs by them. They're called Capture the Crown. Their first song that I heard by them that I'm not really sure if I like at all. I mean, I like the cover that I heard done by Metalhead 723 or something like that. I'll link him. He did an excellent cover, but the actual song itself I'm not really sure if I like. But they do have another song that the title makes me laugh because it's kind of a play on the whole Twitter thing. It's hashtag
Song. Oh.
Yeah, or £, whatever that is. Isn't that the hashtag?
They call it a hashtag, but to me it will always be pound.
Yeah. Anyways, it's called Pound Oi Mate WTF, and the Oi Mate WTF is all one word. My mind immediately jumps to Twitter because every time I see hashtag, I always think Twitter now.
Yeah, I remember when Twitter wasn't anything like it was now because we used it for Echo Bazaar.
You can't even really say that it wasn't anything like it is now because that's the only thing we used it for.
Well, yeah, but
so we have no idea
we
have no idea what it was like. We just know that there was a game that we played that used that to, we could invite each other to dinner and bullshit on Twitter. It was really fucking weird.
That game was just fun.
It was. I had 5 gay lovers, all of them who were artists, and I would sell their stuff to get money. I was essentially a con man.
Apparently, my gay friend would eat me if I was a tuna fish. I wonder if he's an artist, because then I could do the same thing.
I think my character regularly slept with him. So... if you're willing to take that hit, I mean, go on, man.
Yeah, that'd just be weird.
That would indeed be weird, but and it would
we'll never bring it up again.
It would screw with the dynamics of the group, so don't do that.
You got it.
We've got 2 gay friends and 2 straight people in the group, so
we keep the rules balanced.
Wherever we go, if we were ever to meet up in one location and go out, we could go anywhere and meet people. So this would work, assuming that we were the type of people to go out.
Apparently, I'm not fishy.
Okay, this is getting dead because we're just reading a Skype conversation now. So I think
we should just wrap up now and
before it
go back
descends.
to being not interesting and lame people with no lives. And
before we leave though, I just realized.
Oh yeah, and guess what? You know what? There's a half hour missing of Half-Life 2 footage because he lost it. You're never gonna get to see what he did during that time.
It's okay. All I did was shoot down a helicopter, so I mean, nothing big.
Oh, that was nothing big. What is it? The only helicopter?
No, you actually kill a lot more helicopters in Half-Life. You've played Half-Life 2, haven't you? I think you have.
I shot down one helicopter with an airboat.
Yeah, there's that one, and then there's the other one when you're on the bridge that's completely broken and stuff, and you're hopping from place to place, and you get the rocket launcher for the first time. It's the ridiculous rocket launcher where you have to keep the laser painted on your target.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But what I was saying was I've been listening to Muse recently, which is weird because
I like them.
Yeah, Muse has always been on the edge of my known bands. I like them. I've never heard a song by them I didn't like, but suddenly I've started listening to them again, like Knights of Sidonia, Newborn, fucking Uprising, just a bunch of good songs, and I've been like, wow, I didn't realize how much I love Muse. So yeah, that is all for this week. Thank you guys for watching or listening, whichever one you do. That is perfectly fine with me. Hope you
Don't
guys
bother watching this bullshit. It's terrible.
But if you do,
Next week, when you load up this video, not this video, but the next one,
naturally.
what I want you to do is turn the volume all the way down and just leave the page. Because that way, we'll get the view, and you won't have to hear us.
Subject yourself to this nonsense. Next week, the news will be even more interesting. No.
We're not going to get more interesting than this. I mean, come on, .com. .com.
.com. I'm going to stop the recording now. Thanks for watching, folks.
All right, bye-bye.